My dog. I swear.
The sequence.
What is going on? I am back at it again with my dog on my shoulders, falling asleep, doing an episode of The Sequence. And this time we're going to check out how to do humanizing inside of the MPC ONE. It's great for chord progressions. It's also great for melodies or even drums if you want to experiment with that. I'm going to show you how to do it. Let's go and get into it. So I'm on the main page and the tempo of this track is 89 BPM. So you can set your tempo by going to your data knob and turning it down because it's defaults at 120. And you can set your bars to 4 bars because it's default at 2. So I'm going to set a 4-bar loop here and we're going to go ahead and do that. From right here, I have a key group and I'm using the F9 expansion. I'm going to go ahead and play that for you. And if you don't have the F9 expansion, just register your MPC ONE at AKAI Professional's official website. So make sure that you do that. I highly recommend putting it on an SD card because this expansion is huge and it will take up a lot of your internal memory if you do put it on your MPC ONE. It's just what I did. And what I'm going to do here is go into my chord progressions, and I'm going to do that by pressing Shift and Notes, and it pulls up note mode for the MPC ONE. I'm using a B major, so B flat major, and I'm using a progression. And the chords that I'm using is a guitar acoustic 1. So it sounds like this. I'll go ahead and go an octave down, which you can select your octaves right here or right here, but I'm going to use this. So that's how it sounds there. So I'm going to go ahead and record that in. So press record and then play start. Turn overdub off. Hey. So now that we have that, I'm going to go back into my main page. And the next thing we're going to do is select the humanizing feature so we can get that human type playing feel. So all you have to do is hit this pencil button and it's going to give you a whole bunch of options from clear to explode to half speed events, double speed events, just in case you are wondering how to do half speed in the MPC ONE. We'll talk about that more in another video. And then you have Humanize right here. So let's go ahead and hit Humanize, and it pulls up a couple of options here for you. So you have Humanize time. You can check and uncheck that, and you can select the amount, pulses, and this is where things just start to get a little cool. So I'm going to do about 58%. And as you can see, when I'm adjusting that with this data knob, you get a bit more than a 64th note. So you can do that, or a bit less. So this is basically how you would set up like strums too as well if you want to do like guitar instruments as well, because that's available in the F9 instruments expansion. But we're going to do, all right, we'll just do 63. And I'm going to hit apply. But before I hit apply, let's hear it again. And I did use quantizing, and therefore it sounds a little less human. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit apply. And now let's listen to it. Now I'm going to hit undo so you can hear the original. Now that we did that, I'm going to go ahead and press apply now. And what I'm going to do here is go into my grid by going shift. I'm going to press do it first. We're going to go shift and then main, and that will bring up the grid. And once we take a look at the grid, just make sure that you have it on a magnifying glass, and you'll be able to pitch or stretch it out using these gestures. And you can start seeing what is going on. So what it did was move notes over ever so slightly. And basically it humanized that melody or the chord progression. So now that we have that, you can see it here, and it looks pretty cool. Now you can go a little further than that. What I'm going to go ahead and do is go back into my main, and I'm going to select that pencil and go back into Humanize. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to adjust it. I'm just going to go a little overboard, and it says like less than a 30-second note here. And now I'm going to click apply, do it, either or. And let's go back into the grid and let's take a look. And now you can see that it is crazier than ever now. So that's a little bit too late. And let's see how it sounds like. I just undid it. Let's undo it again. Go back into the grid. It's a little less. Now, what I'm going to do here, just to add context to this track so you can hear it a little better, is I'm going to lay down a drum line. So let's go ahead and lay down a drum line here and make sure you're on A, just in case if you have it in a higher octave over here in the banks, then you won't be able to play anything. So have it on A. So now that we have a drum line laid down, let's go ahead and play that. Now, you can hear a slight issue with this right now, and it's something that I don't like about the drums. Now, what I want to do to counterbalance like that melody is to give the drums this exact same bounce. So what I can do here is hit this timing correction button, and I can add swing. So all I have to do is use this data knob. I'm going to set it to like 60. There we go. I'm going to set it to 60. It's going to be a little wacky. So I'm going to hit do it. And now let's hear the track. I'm going to add some more kicks in there. So now the track has a little bit more bounce. What I'm going to go ahead and do is you can turn down the volume of those pianos there because the Rode piano is a little too much. Let's go ahead and adjust that. Make sure that the Q link is on the first red dot so you can control the volume. Now we have more bounce to the track here. Now you can hear that it doesn't sound as robotic, and that is kind of the key to if you want to get more of a live feel to it. You know, of course, accepting that I pick some random drums. But other than that, though, so what I'm going to do is select another sound. I'm going to make sure I select something so y'all can hear a little bit more of this. So I'm going to go into my F9 instruments here, and then I'm going to make sure that I get a piano. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and type in piano. Bonky. So now let me go ahead and select that over here in the drum programs. I'm going to select a mode of piano. Now press play start. Let's hear it. Turn it down a little bit. Now that you have that, you can adjust it too. You can have it go opposite direction, and this is also just really akin to how you mess with the humanizing feature. And you also can mess with the eagerness too as well, so you can have it less eager, more eager, and swing it the opposite direction, so when you humanize it, it will sound a little different here. So let's go ahead and, since I applied it, let's hear it. So you can actually hear the eagerness will put the notes a little further forward. So let's go ahead and use eagerness on 13 and apply. Now let's mess with the amount again. Let's go all the way. Let's just do a really dumb. Apply. So you got to be careful with this so that it does sound human and it doesn't sound like somebody's just playing like way off tempo. So I'm going to go ahead and apply, and let's hear it again. So one thing you have to notice too as well, if you do layer the humanizing feature, is that it will continue to do what you did last. So make sure that you undo all the other ones. And now let's play it. So now we have that. That's cool. What I'm going to do is go ahead and do it. I'm going to pull up another instrument here. I'm going to go into my browser and I'm going to type in guitar, because there is a great guitar with this pack here. And let's select a nylon guitar. As we are granted, as we have a little demo there of the sound. Now let's hear that. Let's go into the key group programs and pull up nylon, and let's hear it now. So now that you heard that, there's a lot that you can do with humanizing and swinging. So tell me how you feel about this video. I really do appreciate a comment or two in the comment section. It will help me gauge if you guys are interested in something, as well as helpful feedback so I can get this on track here. I hope you enjoyed my dog being on my shoulders, because I don't, but I do. I love my dog, but whatever. Yeah.
Trap Kingdom.